before Pump.fun?
It's a really good question because this is one of those things when we built it. Yeah, usually good ideas when they actually end up succeeding, you're like, why has no one ever built this before? And we feel like I think people. So one really important thing is there's a big distinction between, and I think this is a bit regrettable. And I think for cryptos generally to move forward, this needs to change. There's a big divide between users and builders. So users are like degens, and builders most of the time have no idea who their target audience is. They don't know. They don't really They actually don't really understand the space. It's pretty absurd because usually, in Web 2, the builders, the founders that end up being really successful were in the trenches, really understood the products, really understood the markets. That's the key. And I feel like there's a lack of that in crypto. So to get back to the point of we knew this was kind of going we knew this was kind of going somewhere. Is that
It was on the topic of
is basically So why has no one built this before? I think the big challenge is that for the space generally is that people builders, because they don't really understand users in the space, they don't really understand the market. There's a huge stigma with building in meme coins, and you had that with NFTs. I think you had that with crypto generally. I think with everything in crypto that has ever been successful, it's always been stigmatized in day one. Not just because people were sidelined and really pissed that they didn't get in early, but genuinely from a product perspective, people didn't understand it. They got pissed off because it like contradicts what they believed in the past. Yeah. Like with meme coins, for example, like everyone believed last cycle, like the whole point of last cycle was like, we're gonna build things that matter, and we're gonna prove to everyone in TradFi and Web 2 that, I quit my job and I quit it for a good reason. Like I'm building something that's actually
real.
So I understand when this totally contradicts their worldview. Yeah, people are gonna get pissed. But meme coins have always existed. Meme coin, Dogecoin has been there for a decade. Ultimately, I like to make the comparison between meme coins and NFTs because ultimately they're the same product, just repackaged differently in most cases. So that's the big thing. Builders, there aren't enough builders that really looked at the market. What are people trading, playing? Like, what are they doing? And try to analyze those problems. That's like one big reason for sure. And this problem still exists today. Literally yesterday, I saw some Asian VC that was like preaching to builders, don't build in meme coins. It's a distraction. Like people still don't get it. It's crazy.
So what is your take on that? That meme coins are just a distraction from like the core idea and beliefs of crypto?
Yeah, I said this